Well, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is you're having today, Paradigm Shifters. Welcome to Transformation Tuesday for August. Do you believe we're in August already? And there's a little bit about Paradigm Shifters. We are a growing global community dedicated to shift and uplift the whole planet. Yep, I said the whole planet. And we've been going strong since August of 2020. Every Tuesday, we've been bringing in guest speakers from all over the world who have these ideas and are into the shift. And right now, we are almost 1,500 members strong from 56 countries. No pressure, Ken. and, and our topic for August is ability, capability, and thrivability. Now, here's the reason why that popped in. I was talking to a woman in the UK, and she was talking about how she turned her disability, that blah, 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 and realized, oh, it was really my ability.
Mm.
And then she switched over and she's thriving now with what she does. So
Mhm.
long story short, I was up in the mountains of Crested View a week ago. I'm back down in Texas now, and I to a conference, and I went in and I saw one of my best buddies from about 25 years ago, who lives up there now, Ken Buck. And Ken, I just got to tell you that hug that you gave me was the best hug I've had like in years.
Right.
Nothing like that heart to heart connection.
Yeah.
Ken, let me just a little bit about Ken. I'm going to turn it over. One thing I know about Ken is that he is the best father on the planet, and I've watched him grow over the years. His kids, and that to me says thrivability. For me,
Mm.
when you look at the children of these people that were on the forefront of so many things.
Mm.
Yeah, as well as a good human person. So I'm going to turn this over, Ken, and tell us like who you are, what you're doing now, and anything you want to go and that we would just love. Go for it, Ken. Thank you for
Oh,
being here.
okay, great. Thank you, Judy. How long are we here together today?
However long you want to go, about
Oh
15
boy.
minutes or so.
Okay, all right. So I won't tell the whole story, but yeah, no, I love the topic and thank you. I everything that was the best hug, you know. That was not seeing you for quite a while and not much over the past 10 years really, and to see what still keep in touch loosely and see what you're doing up to is so inspiring, and and to see you get inspired about what my work mission is, and I also have a personal mission as well, and right from the Dalai Lama. But yeah, you know, where do I start? I mean, this ability, capability, thrivability is so near and dear to me because I was out of balance in my life, and I was really, really a workaholic. I was your classic workaholic. And I was putting in, I was there late, there early, missing kids' soccer games, and just just burning it, just really, really burning it. And what I found out is that I had, I was trying to compensate for some internal things that I needed to address, and it was painful to slowly let that workaholism, or actually I think it was even quickly, over a period, I just said I surrender, I give up. I'm on a treadmill that's not working, and my income kept going higher and higher, and I kept getting more and more miserable. And even people around me were telling me that I was miserable, my coworkers and friends and kids, my kids even, and in their own way at 1 and 2 years old. My daughter was very young. And that what happened is I had a long pause, to really what I call go in the dugout and see what's going on down there. What's Ken about? What's driving him? And yeah, I found out that I thought I was going to be okay if I made enough money, you know, and uh, and had enough success. And as I mentioned, it didn't work that way for me. Um, so I get when I took the pause, I got to start meeting those, parts of myself that were driving the bus blindly, and um, it was an awesome period of my life. I took this. I love to talk about this personality test. I know a lot of people have taken it in the corporate world, Strengths Finder, and you can get the book and you can get the test. It's the best deal on the planet, if you're not aware of this stuff already, which I was not. And it's, $35 that you can find out what your innate strengths are. Your innate strengths are formulated by the time you're 5 or 6 years old. And most people don't know they have them. I didn't know I had them. In fact, the ones that I could identify, I was working on trying to reduce those in my life. I was coming at them from a very different place, and so once I took that test, which is a really cool test, it doesn't let you finish the question. You have to answer. So it gets into it's your subconscious, and I realized I had gamed every test until I took that test. I had gamed every test, that I'd taken. And that one I couldn't game. And I found out, that these qualities I found out from them, I thought were ego. So I thought it was more of the problem. But I put them up on my mirror, and I just embraced them every morning as I was standing at my sink, my bathroom sink. And I really didn't like some of these qualities, and I really had to work on accepting those. And as I did through that process, I began to realize that what I did as a kid, they say, do what you love, and time will pass without recognition. And what I did as a kid, where time passed like that, was I constructed things outside. I was in the woods, not necessarily wood itself, but building berms, building jumps, I was way into bikes, and I remember my friend in the neighborhood, Adam, came up to me. He's like, I want to build a golf course. I was like, oh yeah, I'm in, but my main thing was tree houses, and that did involve lumber. And so I would scout the location, vision. I would take I would get all the materials, strategic. So vision, strategic. We would find the material. I would know we'd go to this junkyard by our house and get chased out by the guy that owned it, and that's another one of my strengths. problem solver. So I had vision, futuristic, strategic problem solver, and the last one was that I valued action over, I was strategic, but I valued action over, contemplation. And that one I thought, I didn't think too highly of, and now today, once I accepted those, I could see where I was not using those in my current career, and that I truly was a hamster on a treadmill, and I was not utilizing my strengths, that were innate. It's my divine pattern, of qualities. And the book says that you either don't know you have those, or you think everyone has them, and that, though, I found that to be true. There's a so I found that to be true. And then the most amazing thing happened once I once I accepted those over that period. It took me a few months. I shifted what I was doing more. I started really focusing. I had been doing real estate brokerage and some remodel projects on the side.
Yeah.
I shifted out of brokerage and went right into new construction.
Now, was this all up in Crested Butte in the mountains, right?
That was actually in Austin, back in Austin.
Oh, wow.
And I had not, I had managed projects, but I was definitely not a person of the building industry, even though I had a lot of that management background, just, I call it on the street training. And that I built these modern duplexes, the one that we lived in. Yeah,
that's right.
And
and I remember, I think that was one of my very, very first vision workshops.
Yeah,
in that home. It's like, I remember
awesome.
that.
So awesome. Yeah.
Beautiful, unusual home. Yes.
Beautiful build. Yeah, it was. It had a lot of glass. It was a treehouse. That's what it was. I was like, these beautiful pecan trees in central Austin. I want to see every bit of it. So we had commercial glass, 24 feet wide by 30 feet, 32 feet high. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Felt really good in there.
So tell me about you moved everything up into Crested Butte, Colorado.
Yeah.
And the thing that fascinates me is, I would like to have you talk about, it's like your personal mission and then your work mission.
Yeah.
Because you just had a chance to tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah. So that all leads to, you have to have, I like the ability, capability, thrivability. It reminds me of what my business coach used to say, something like repetition. It was all S's, so I got the repetition wrong. It's like repetition leads to systems, which you lead to stability, which leads to success, which leads to contribution, or he called it significance. And so that's what it was. It was systems. Yeah. Anyway, so you get the idea. And so I've been, 08 happened, right? So there wasn't any building going on in Austin for 3 or 4 years. And the guy ahead of me that was mentoring me, he by far we traded a lot of notes and we started around the same time. He had about $20 million of product out there for speculative sale, and he lost it all. And I managed to make it through that. Um, but I wasn't building, and I felt lost. And so when I moved up here to Crested Butte, I continued building and I saw a problem. And the problem was, that there was a real tight labor market and it was very expensive up here. So I started going with systems built. And so we've really got a team that we're, we're on the doorsteps. Our next step is to spread to spread out nation to the rest of Colorado. We have the most amazing designs. You can check it out, on View House. It's VUHAUSLLC.com. But you can see all the cool designs, and like it's amazing what we're doing. We're so far ahead of the competition right now. And I feel grateful for that. And my mission in the business is to transform the way housing is done. Utilizing technology, our mission is to transform the way housing is done in the
I
US.
love that. Let's
And
take a pause there. I want everybody to suck that in.
yeah,
And it's a mission.
I tell my team every other week or two, I say, having a booming building business in a ski town in Colorado is a extreme gift. I mean, I'm just blessed beyond measure. And I'm really grateful for that. And that's not what I'm up to. That's not what we're doing. This is the incubation place to launch through the Western US and California, and then we'll go wherever after that. We're going to be in Colorado first, mountain states, and then California. And these are the areas that have some of the highest housing shortages. But what's really, important to me is the team has showed up. Not only has the team showed up, but one of my partners spends a lot of time in Europe, Scandinavia, primarily, because he builds factories. And over 50% of housing produced in some Scandinavian countries is prefab, is modular. So is what we're trying to do, it's difficult, it's extremely challenging. But is it incomprehensible? No. Is it the way that the majority see housing going? Yes. A lot.
Tell me a little bit about your personal mission.
Yeah, my personal mission is,
drives you? What is your why?
I mean, I'm deeply connected to contribution, like making people's lives better. That's really core to me. I've set my employees up with, a lot of personal health benefits. Our company encourages bike rides, at lunchtime, like go on a mountain bike ride through the mountains, or go on a ski. We work minutes from the bus that you can be on the lift in 8 minutes. So we keep our skis in the office. We have a lifestyle company, where it says in our values that that we care about your center, your being. And if it's If it's not on, we're going to help you get it aligned, whether it's therapy or Judy's courses or, anything like that, it's, we're going to invest and help you because we know that's what makes you the best in your family life and in your work life. And it's a paradox, that you can work a little less, but contribute a lot more,
Perfect.
and
I
it,
know, and I know about what you're saying. It's sometimes hard for me to actually live what you're saying.
yeah,
And I just want to appreciate the fact that you took the time out today when you're going to be going camping,
thank you.
which is very important. Where you probably get fed up in the mountains, and
Mm,
if you could, have like one tip, one or two tips that you could give our community, as far as like that thrivability in, we're coming out of this thing called a pandemic. We're
mhm,
coming out of this, and there's so much that is not going to be bad, like normal.
yeah,
And we're building as we go our new things. If you can
yeah,
give us one or two tips on like maybe how you personally or even as a business owners, um, like you said, keep in alignment and keep moving
yeah,
forward. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, I've taken the dream builder, and I think being aligned and surrounded by people in that conversation, the conversations that we're around and subject ourselves to, whether it's mainstream media or Judy's, teachings, have for me, they have a really dramatic effect. It makes all the difference in the world. And then the supporting habits, I think for me, I took a few months off this last little bit, and now I'm willing to set the alarm to be up a couple hours early so that I can do my walking meditations. And yeah, I use Joe Dispenza's walking meditations, and I use a couple other formats. But what that does for me is it connects my deepest truths, my essence, my soul's desires, and those mission statements. And one of my other very personal mission statements is Dalai Lama, gave a talk, and they waited all evening for him. It was late, and he bounces up on the stage and he says, "The purpose of life is to love." And then he bounces off the stage, Everybody's like, that, that was okay. I guess and then he comes back up and he says, "For some of us, to love is too great a task, or a big task. So our purpose is to not cause harm." And I find both of those to be a really good guiding thing because, mission statement for me is very core because I think I'm learning to grow in love, with all of me and all of my, uh, my family and those close to me, and then also the universe, the beautiful quantum, magnetic universe that just wants so much for us. I find it never says you can't have that, you shouldn't do that, you know it just gently nudges in the direction of love and light and abundance. And I love that. And if we all can transform some of our more base, thinking, our animal, that we all have as human beings, we could, I think we can solve a lot more of the problems and be in the solution.
That is so perfect. Well, thank you so much, Ken. And one thing that we always like to do, that I love to do, is as our community of paradigm shifters, what would you love for us to personally hold for you
Mhm.
in your next adventures, or for your vision? What would you love to have us hold you up?
Yeah,
Because
thank
I
you.
look at you as one of the lights.
Thank you. I
What would
work on that and I've been working on that. And what I would love to experience is I have some old parts of me that say you're not enough, or you're uh or maybe critical of myself, you know. And I would love to experience, you are so enough, like as an instant, like I wake up and go, wow, look at look at this, like, and just notice everything great, and it's shifting, but I need help, and yeah, I would love
Okay,
that
Ken,
that
are you
energy.
ready for it? You're going to
I'm
get a
ready.
boost of that before you go camping. Okay, everybody, here we go. Now, this is where we get the energy going, and you got to get ready to receive it. Yeah,
Okay,
we're gonna blast it all the way up to Colorado, and this is like from all over the world, straight to Crested Butte, Colorado.
nice.
Whoosh! Got it? There you go.
I
Well,
got
thank
it.
you so much, Ken, and have
Energy is everything.
yeah, well,
Love it.
have a fantastic, and we so appreciate you and all the people that this
Mhm.
little, what, 15, 20 minutes is going to really make a big difference. Thank you
Appreciate
so
you.
much.
Appreciate you, Judy. Thank you.
Amen.